What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to take a look and listen to several politicians talk about Social Security reform and a Social Security increase. What I thought I might do is there's about 5 minutes left from this hearing, or I should call it this special session that they had back in January. So I'm going to play the last 5 minutes of it so you'll have a few different lawmakers that are going to talk about a Social Security increase and why they support the Social Security 2100 Act. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. And also remember, on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be doing a live stream where we'll be talking about all the headline news. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to take a look and a listen to several different lawmakers. I actually don't know what lawmakers are going to be coming up, but they're going to be speaking very brief. It's like a 1 minute speech that they can do. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here we go.
Does this gentleman... You are recognized for 1 minute, without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of the Social Security 2100 bill and thank Representative Larson for introducing it. Social Security is a promise. It is a promise that if you work hard and do the right thing and pay into the system during your career, you will be able to retire with dignity in this country. And unfortunately, too many of my colleagues are obsessed with trying to cut and undermine this vital program. They say there's not enough money in the trust fund. Well, many of them voted for $10 trillion of tax cuts that went primarily to the wealthy and to the biggest corporations just a few years ago. They could find $10 trillion for tax cuts for the people at the top, but then they claim they can't find any money to shore up the Social Security system. Here's the truth. We can increase cost of living adjustments, increase benefits for Social Security, and extend the life of the trust fund indefinitely by just asking the people at the very top to pay their fair share. And that's what this bill does. It asks the Elon Musks and Jeff Bezoses of the world to pay a fair share into the trust fund so that working people can retire in dignity. With that, I yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired. For what purpose does the gentlelady from North Carolina seek recognition?
I seek to address the House for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, the gentlelady is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise as a proud co-sponsor of the Social Security Act of 2100, a bill that will enhance Social Security benefits for the first time in 50 years and ensure this program's solvency for years to come. In my district, more than 157,000 retirees and families rely on Social Security as their primary source of income. And Social Security doesn't just help retirees. Almost 10,000 children and more than 20,000 disabled workers in my district depend on Social Security to meet their basic expenses. And Social Security was there when my mother-in-law, a stay-at-home mom, was suddenly widowed at 28 years old and left with 4 young children to raise on her own. Social Security was there to help her get through the tragic loss of her husband and to figure out how to support her young family. I stand in support of Social Security. I will stand up to any politician who wants to take away or reduce those earned benefits. Thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you. For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition? The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so very much for allowing us this opportunity. Wow. Is it really true, Mr. Speaker? Perhaps Mr. Larson has told me that the Republicans intend to put together some sort of a fiscal commission specifically designed to go after Social Security, to cut the benefits, and to really jeopardize the well-being of seniors now and future seniors? Could that possibly be correct? Apparently, it is. A secret fiscal commission. There's another way of doing it. Mr. Larson, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Larson has put together a proposal that would guarantee Social Security solvency for years to come. It would require that the super wealthy have to pay their fair share, and what's wrong with that? Nothing that I can think of. We can also actually increase the annual COLA by going to the Fair COLA bill, which was introduced by, wow, my bill. Mr. Larson, you have that in your bill. Good for you, good for the seniors, good for the future of America. We can do this correctly, Mr. Speaker, if Mr. Larson's bill 2100 would actually become law. And with that, I yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired. For what purpose does the gentleman from Connecticut seek recognition?
First, Speaker Bean, to thank you for being so gracious and patient. That's what I think makes this body unique, is the care that people take for.
Okay, so that was the very end there. And so you saw a few lawmakers come up and talk about the Social Security 2100 Act. And Garamendi, at the very end, he was talking about the Fair COLA Act. I don't really know. I haven't followed that bill, but I would imagine what was in that proposal was the fact that they want to change the way we calculate COLA. And they want to change it from the CPIW to the CPIE. At least that's what's in the Social Security 2100 Act. And Garamendi said that it was the same, that, the proposal that he had has that in it. So very interesting just to hear these different lawmakers talking about Social Security reform. And the only thing that we can do from this point on is try to support these legislators that are in favor of providing an increase for Social Security. That's very important. And get rid of some of the lawmakers that are out there. Get rid of all the lawmakers that are out there that want to do away with Social Security, or that want to cut Social Security, or that are talking about raising the full retirement age. All of this stuff, that they're talking about, these are all cuts to Social Security. And so I think it'll be very important for us to make sure we hold those Congresspeople accountable. And if they say they want to make cuts to Social Security, then we need to get them out of office. That's just my opinion. And I know my congressperson is he has not said if he wants to cut Social Security or not, but I don't think he's a strong supporter of Social Security. And so guess who I'm going to be voting for? The other person, because I want someone who is focused on providing an increase for Social Security, as well as providing reform for Social Security so we can have it for another 75 years. So I want to know what you guys think about that. I do have a question for you. And my question is, do you think we will see a Social Security increase in the next 5 years? So let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.
This Congress can't pass gas, and he needs to run against a do-nothing Congress. And I think that can give them some traction that he did not have before. But, maybe they could get Rudy Giuliani to be Speaker. We know he can pass gas for sure. But this is almost comical.